Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series where I preview and predict every men's college basketball conference tournament. This is the 14th of 31 podcasts in the series, and now up is the Summit League. 8-team league, 3 rounds, quarterfinals on Saturday, March 6th, and Sunday, March 7th, semifinals Monday, March 8th, and the final is on Tuesday, March 9th. So, without further ado, here we go. Quarterfinals, 6:45 Eastern Time. You have 8-seeded Omaha against the 1-seeded South Dakota State. Omaha 5-19 on the year, 3-11 in conference play. South Dakota State 15-6 on the year, 9-3 in conference play. My projected line is South Dakota State by 13.5, total 149. Therefore, South Dakota State will advance. Saturday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 7-seeded Western Illinois against 2-seeded South Dakota. Western Illinois 7-14 on the year, 5-9 in conference play. South Dakota 13-10 on the year, 11-4 in conference play. My projection is South Dakota by 12, total 151. Therefore, South Dakota moves on. Sunday quarterfinals, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. 5-seeded North Dakota against 4-seeded Oral Roberts. North Dakota 9-16 on the year, 8-8 in conference play. Oral Roberts 13-10 on the year, 10-5 in conference play. My projections here: Oral Roberts 5.5, total 151. Therefore, Oral Roberts moves on to the semifinals according to my projections. And the last of the quarterfinal games, Sunday night, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. 6-seeded UMKC against 3-seeded North Dakota State. UMKC on the season, 11-12 in the year, 7-7 in conference play. And South Dakota State, 15-6 on the year, 9-3 in conference play. North Dakota State, I have slated as an 8-point favorite, total 131.5. Therefore, North Dakota State, I have advancing to the semifinals. And in the semifinals, Monday, March 8th, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 4-seeded Oral Roberts against 1-seeded South Dakota State. My projection is South Dakota State by 4.5, no total, because obviously it's harder to project totals than lines when you are projecting teams to win certain games, obviously. So therefore, South Dakota State to the final. And the last of the semifinal games, 3-seeded North Dakota State against 2-seeded South Dakota. My projection here is actually North Dakota State by 0.5. So therefore, North Dakota State to the final. South Dakota, great year. They started undefeated in conference play this year. And then they kind of just fell off there at the end. I still think they have a shot, though. They have a outstanding duo, Stanley Umude and AJ Plitzowite. So those two guys will be carrying South Dakota in this tournament if they are to win this auto bid. And to the final we go, 3-seeded North Dakota State against 1-seeded South Dakota State. Great game. Two really good teams. South Dakota has a stud player in Douglas Wilson and a great coach in Eric Henderson. North Dakota State has a lot of talent as well. They have a good trio that I like: Rocky Kurser, Sam Greisel, and Tyree Eady. You could argue they're deeper than South Dakota State in certain areas, but South Dakota State, I think, is actually the deeper team. I talked about Wilson. You have Noah Friedel. You have Baylor Schreierman. And also you have Alex Arians. My projection here is South Dakota State by 1.5. Therefore, South Dakota State will win the auto bid into the 2021 NCAA tournament, as they will be the auto representative of the Summit League. Next up, the MEAC.